Okay, greetings and peace, everyone. My name is Neo, and I'm here to share some info with the people. Have more information to share with you, and some may have already heard similar or the same information as this before, and it might be new to some people also. And many people probably have not really realized what's going on, which is actually, I say the majority of people have not realized what has been going on with their own minds that's causing them to sabotage their own relationships in general, but especially their romantic committed relationships. If you haven't already, please go ahead and listen to my relationship mindset audio video, which is it's an audio, but I'll just say go back to that video and listen to that, where I go ahead and speak about what the mind is and how it affects relationships, depending on what type of psychological programming an individual is under. Right. So go ahead and check that out, please. If you can, let me see here. I would say that's a prerequisite to this one. So stop this one and go back and go through my videos and listen to the relationship mindset video first. Do that first, then come back to this one. Do that now. All right. So those who are ready to listen to this one, I'll go into my background briefly for all of the new people. My name is Neo, and I have been studying. I'm what is called a relationship anatomist and also a relationship consultant, but primarily a relationship anatomist. I study, observe, closely examine, and investigate human relationships of all sorts. That includes starting at the parent-child relationship all the way to business relationships. And my primary relationships that I focus on is parent-child, friendship, and committed romantic relationships. Those are my top relationships that I focus on studying and investigating for myself. I have been studying since the year of 2006, somewhere around that time period. That was the time where I officially broke up with a woman that I was dating at the time. At the end of that breakup, that was the time where I really realized that I needed to know more information about relationships, because I was completely clueless of relationships at that time. And I realized that relationships are something that has to be learned before entering them. And also a person has to do their own personal development work so that they can behave appropriately within their own relationships in general, so that they can avoid sabotaging their relationships. And then I realized at the time that there was no one that was going to teach me relationships, and that there was no courses, no relationship schools. And schools in general, they don't teach you the major important things about personal development work on average. They teach you how to be a mental slave much more than how to behave within your own personal relationships, if you stop and really think about it. So I came to the conclusion at the time years ago, like, all right, well, now it's time for me to go ahead and put in the work, study relationships, see what they really are, and also study my family. That was the first place that I started with, is studying, observing, and analyzing my own family, because our families are our very first relationship experiences, if you really sit down and think about it. So what we go through with our family, that is the start of our beliefs overall, and including beliefs in relationships. And those people who have not done their personal development work, and who have not had some sort of therapy to help resolve their unresolved childhood issues, then they're more than likely going to sabotage their relationships in general. So this is what has been going on for many, many years. And this video right here, my intentions are to speak to people about the deceit, the deception of the media that influences deception and cheating within a person's relationships. Now, if you already listen to the relationship mindset video of mine, then you already know how important your having a productive psychological programming that is conducive to the success of your relationships, much more than having destructive ones. Your unresolved childhood issues and also unresolved issues in general, they they pop up at the wrong time due to various triggers that occur within your life and within your relationships. Like they can get triggered from something someone said, even a word, something that someone did to you or did in general. And there's a variety of triggers that triggers people's unresolved issues. And those unresolved issues, once they pop up, they can do a variety of things. But the most primary thing that they do is they sabotage people's relationships, and it causes so much stress in people's relationships. Like sometimes people get into consistent arguments due to them seeing arguments from their childhood, from their parents and or family and anywhere else that they were around consistently. And that gets those images that they see, images and sounds and experiences that they've been through, it gets lodged into a person's mind, and it'll stay there and remain dormant too, because the average person, they just suppress those experiences. They don't go to no kind of therapy at all, regardless of what it is, to resolve their experiences, like those negative experiences that they have been through. Because you talking it out helps out largely. Speaking about your experiences, that is the first step, is having someone you trust, who you can speak to about, and who is open-minded and who can be at least a listening ear, at least that. But it certainly helps if the person has some sort of background information that can help you out. And that's where I come in with my relationship consultations. I'm at least that listening ear for people, and also I can provide any sort of information based off of my years of studying, examining, investigating relationships. So I help people out with that also. So now what we have here throughout the years, we have a lot of propaganda that has been going on for years that has not been helping people within their relationships at all. It has been encouraging immaturity, deceit, cheating, and overall chaos within people's relationships. And this propaganda that I'm speaking about is the media. The media has been structured for years for mind control. The media includes TV, movies, magazines, talk shows, newspapers, even music, certainly music, because music, you have a lot of songs that speak about cheating, um, that speak about mindless sex, that speak about a lot of destructive relationship behavior. If you really think about it, how many songs do you hear consistently on the radio that speak about being a good friend, being a good boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, versus those songs that talk about, oh, I'm gonna cheat on you now because you did this to me. You kissed another girl. You kissed another guy. Let me see here. And then you got the forgiveness songs. Oh, I'm sorry, I did this, I did that, and it's always the weeping and the weak. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Then you got the Justin Timberlake, not Justin Timberlake, Bieber song. That song, it was kind of hot at first to me, but then sitting down, listening to the lyrics and analyzing it and comparing it with the information that I already have about the mind and relationships, I'm like, hold up, that song is actually propaganda. That's not a good song to listen to and sing along with consistently, because that just programs your mind to be a person who is literally always sorry. Is already always sorry. Because if you listen to something over and over again and also singing it over and over again, you are literally programming your subconscious mind to behave in that form, one way or another. And you're going to experience that within your life, one way or another, whether it be you being the one that's sorry, or you attract people who are sorry, or whatever song you are singing. This is why I consistently recommend to people to study what the mind is, how it functions, how it affects your behavior, and how to program it. Because it's a system that you can literally program it. Because I've been programming mine for years, and I have been seeing the results tremendously. And I create my own subliminal videos for myself to add any kind of characteristic that I feel that I want that I don't already have, and also to do a variety of things for me. So I do my own mind programming of myself, because I figure if the world societies have been studying the mind for years and they have mind control mechanisms to control our minds, why the hell wouldn't I want to find out a way to control my own mind and program my own mind? So I've been studying that for years, and now I do my own thing. And I also offer my subliminal video service to people. Also, you can check out my YouTube channel at Neo Oneness Subliminals on YouTube. It's NEOONENESS Subliminals. It's two words. Go ahead and search that in the YouTube channel so you can check that out. So you got the songs, then you have the TV shows and also the movies. The TV shows and the movies, they consistently display deceit often, often, often. Like even in the superhero shows, I am huge on watching superhero, comic book, sci-fi stuff, material, so that I can learn more information about science and also about new special abilities that we already have. Because in those movies and TV shows, all of us can do it to some extent. We have those abilities. We just have to access those parts of our brain to be able to utilize those abilities. So even in these superhero shows, they have the superhero and also their relationships around them, the people around them, being deceitful with each other and not telling the truth. Go ahead and check out the movie, the TV show, The Flash, the newest one, the modern day one, 2015, 2016 one. Me, I was sitting there watching the whole first season, and then I started to watch the second season a few months ago, and maybe like 5 episodes within the second season, I stopped and I thought about it. I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. And I sit down and analyzed it. I'm like, every show that they have on this season that they had, it always included some sort of deceit and some sort of cheating within their friendships. And this show, it keeps showing that, and is not showing true. Well, it's showing true friendship in the end, but it also shows the deceit where they're holding back vital and necessary information. They're doing things to get over on the other person, and it's ridiculous. And then they do come in at the end and they say, "I'm sorry," and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. That part is good because that's showing some form of maturity. However, if they keep showing the negative aspects of friendships, like the deceit, and they do it every single episode, then that is a form of mind control, and that's propaganda, and is going to get into the viewer's subconscious mind, and it's going to make them behave in that sort of way within their relationships and sabotage their relationships. And yes, everyone makes mistakes. However, it gets to a point where, all right, that's enough. And some people are not going to tolerate it, and they're going to want to cut off the relationship with you, the individual who has not learned what their mind is, how to control it, and how to program it so that they can behave correctly, yeah, within relationships. Because with all of these TV shows, movies, YouTube videos, and songs, and all of this propaganda going on, it's not it's not structured to encourage people to mature to a high level and to be successful within their relationships. It's controlled to keep people lost in chaos. And if you look at it, look at all of the dysfunctional relationships in general that has been going on for years. Purely dysfunctional, from the family aspect all the way down even to business relationships. It's really ridiculous. And so seeing this over and over again, and you have these reality shows, you got people cheating on each other, they're arguing, and there's very little to no maturity being shown in these so-called reality shows, which they're not reality, but they also are making your life, making what goes on in their shows a reality in your life if you consistently view these shows and also are unaware of the information on how to control your mind and how viewing something over and over again affects your mind and your behavior. This goes on for years and years, has been going on for years and years, and a lot of people have not realized this. And that's one of the top reasons why I stopped watching TV years and years ago. I cut off my cable and all TV access, and I don't allow any TV access to come in my home at all because it's just pure garbage that's on TV. However, if I do choose to watch TV at like my sister's house or anybody else's house, it's usually because they are watching it, and I don't want to be rude. However, maybe every so often I like to turn on the TV, and just to see what type of new propaganda that they have on. And now I'm at a point where I'm at a higher psychological development level where I can control my mind and I can perceive the propaganda instantly when it's there. So I can protect myself. So that's why I encourage people, before they go ahead and start watching TV, make sure that they develop themselves psychologically to a high level and they know what's going on with their mind and how to control it, how it functions. Then if you're going to watch TV, choose your TV shows wisely, appropriately, and avoid watching the garbage, because the mind works with garbage in, garbage comes out. You put garbage into your mind, then you're going to get garbage behavior. But if you do put wise and intellectual, mature things into your mind, then you're going to get wise, intellectual, mature behavior within your daily life. This is some serious stuff. And all of this cheating that goes on within people's relationships, romantic relationships, it's a largely result of the propaganda that's been going on for years throughout all of these media outlets. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and study more of the mind and study more of the media propaganda that's been going on for years. YouTube has tons of information about that. So you can go ahead and search that and see what's going on so you can get yourself together. But as far as these relationships, friendships and romantic relationships, and even family relationships, they're going to keep being dysfunctional as long as these media outlets are available to people, and as long as people continue to partake in these into the media outlets that encourage immaturity, stupidity, and deceit and cheating. So if you don't want, if you don't no longer want to take a part of partake in those type of things, then you gotta focus on learning yourself, what you want to, where you want to go in your life, what type of behavior you want, and studying your mind, studying the mind and how it functions and how it controls your behavior and all things like that, so you can better protect yourself and better and choose your friends, your associations wisely. All right, I'm going ahead and wrap that up. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment section. If not, then send me an email. The email will be in the credits section of this video and also in the description. All right, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.